here we go. We're back. We are back once again. Welcome you back to the show that stinks, but it's great. And you liked it, and everyone's tuning in, I think, sorta, maybe. I don't know. It's the Shlicketty DooCast. We don't know what we're doing, but we're having a good time doing it. Thanks for tuning on in. Welcome once again. Hey, guess who's here? Guys? My buddy Mike. There he is.
There I am right here to make things go. All right, welcome to the show, everybody. This is the DooCast.
We're going right in.
We're here to do the things. Aaron, don't you have a thing to do?
Huh?
Don't you got a thing you got to...
I'll go doubles, man.
That one almost took out someone's eye. HR is not going to be happy.
HR. Man, what a day. Warming up. We're getting towards spring here. Hey, Mike, I was going to ask you about this. Okay, so we're getting real close to the witching hour here, which would be, are we going to go our first year of episodes at 52 be our anniversary, or do we go 50? Because we're gearing up for the big 50 extravaganza.
You mean give ourselves 2 weeks vacation?
We could do that. We don't have any episodes in the bank. See, if one of us gets the typhoid, or we get some kind of, my eye falls out or something like that, we got to have a couple on the bank here. So we might want to make a couple, or we'll just, I don't know. I guess we'll tell you if we're going to miss an episode. But we've been pretty consistent this whole year, so that's what I'm saying. If we get to a year, that would be the 52 weeks, because we do want a week.
Right. Numerically, if it works out that way. But as far as having some in the bank, yeah, we did that, and you released them all at once. So you burned through about 10 episodes. You dropped the first 10 or 12 episodes all at once.
Yeah, but those were old shitbirds. Those were those old ones from your living room.
But it would have given us runway to be ahead.
It would have, yeah. We could have put a disclaimer on it and said, hey, here's
it's like, it's like when you're using the DVR, right? And you're watching something live, and then you pause it, and you go in the kitchen, and you make some food and stuff, and you're building up that buffer that you can use to skip over those commercial breaks, right?
I guess.
Same thing. We're building up that buffer of episodes so that if we do miss a week or something like that, we got one that we can drop. And so if we've got 8 ahead, we could have 8 misses and we're still covered.
But I'm liking the new setup. I like the setup in here. We're getting pretty good at, we're doing quick with the snip and the snap and the shlickety doo. So we're getting good at it. Back then we were kind of, we were really third world about it. We were a step away.
Back then when we were first starting, yeah.
We were a step away from a white sheet,
Yeah. We're just, having technical issues. Man, at one time I tried running out of my camera into the external recorder. It recorded with all the overlays.
Yeah,
all
was
the
insane.
Settings and the autofocus tracking box, the whole hour.
I know, and I remember us saying, that one felt pretty good. Yeah. We're getting our conversations coming together.
That was good.
And then we look at it and go,
can't use any of it.
Yeah,
garbage.
I know.
Yeah,
So,
they're
but we have them in the vault. There's a couple there that I made public, but we call them the vault episodes. So you could check if you scroll around on our YouTube page here. You'll find.
Yeah, if you lift up our skirt.
Go to the playlists.
Yeah, if you look up under our skirt, you can definitely see.
Put a mirror on your shoe and go look.
Bits.
Yeah, let's go do this. So we've been also. Those of you who don't notice, if you notice, look at our thumbnails there. You'll see that we've been going periodically year by year by year. We're going up and we're going through the wayback machine, time machine, the diddly cast. And last week was 75. Today we're doing 76.
1976.
Well, yeah.
It's episode 45.
Yeah. It'd take a while if we start with 1846.
Well...
In 1876.
Can you imagine going there? In 1817,
the plague hit.
Here's what happened.
Everyone died at the age of 30.
Although, I remember when I was in 4th grade, our teacher was really old, and she used to have in the classroom, just for fun, old Sears catalogs from the 1870s.
They had it in the 1870s?
Oh, yeah.
What is the first year of the Sears catalog? I thought that was
1845 or something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, they were the Amazon of their day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had everything in there. They had
Sears
Winchester,
and Roebuck.
They had Winchester rifles, stagecoaches.
Yeah.
All your cowboy gear.
I bet you can get them at that would be a fun one to get at a library.
Yeah. If you can get those old ones, they're kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, magazines are. Yeah, the day of the magazine is over, but the day of the catalog is way over. I mean,
really. I mean, like, I don't know.
You might get a Harbor Freight thing in the mail now, but other than that, there's no.
That's just a sale.
There's
thing.
not even we're not even getting like.
You might not know, but in the real world of like industrial supply of getting things done, there's a company called Grainger, and that's what you go to get all your parts and shit. They advertise on TV in the last couple of years, so you might have heard of them. But the Grainger catalog is a big, thick bastard like this that sits on your fucking desk, and you know.
Oh yeah.
I had a job where I was mostly supervisory at this motorcycle place, and fucking that was my whole day.
The Grainger,
flipping through the Grainger catalog, looking at fucking pumps.
I used to call them when I used to sell furnace parts over the phone. I used to have to call Grainger. Hey, you got it? Thermocouple? We got to load our trucks full of thermocouples.
Right.
You know, and they go there. Yeah.
That's the industrial supplier. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. There we go. Yeah, but the day that I know, and we're gonna, since we're talking about 1976, part of my shtick that I'm gonna be going, because I'll be talking about 76 was a year where we had a lot of catalog, or the magazine was starting to reign supreme. Now housewives were watching, but magazines and pop culture were all building, and that's what got me to thinking about this. Just the years of. I don't know about you, Mike, but where I grew up, my parents always had magazines sitting around. We always had an Entertainment Weekly. There's always a Better Homes and Gardens. There was always a Vogue.
Our parents and grandparents came out of this fucking generations that were reading a lot. Don't forget, back in the day, in like the 30s and 40s and shit, they had 3 editions of the newspaper coming out. They had a morning edition, an afternoon edition, and an evening edition.
Wow, can you imagine that?
And there were like multiple papers everywhere. Yeah. The old Sherlock Holmes story set in like the 1890s, like he'll tell the kids to go put ads in the papers, and they'll go, which papers? And he'll rattle off like 8. You know, and then he'll rattle off another 4.
And those were the days where they'd have the letters to make the printing press kind of thing. And
that's old school printing press.
Whew. Man, the time involved. No wonder there was typos, but still the time involved.
I don't know, man. There weren't really typos.
Yeah.
Because actually, if you think about it, the biggest proponents of writing and printing was like Henry VIII over in England.
Sure.
They got one of those printing presses early on, and they started making English editions of everything that existed.
Okay.
And then so people in England got used to having English versions of, stories and this sort of stuff, reading everything.
I know. It's like, nowadays we all listen to our podcasts. It's kind of like, but back in the day, you and I would have been maybe writing our own newspaper.
Yeah.
We would have let's make a magazine, let's get the big scoop and tell the kiddies about it.
That was literally the thing to do. That's how Ben Franklin got started when he was like fucking 10 or 12 years old.
Yeah, didn't he make, he made
Poor
some
Richard's
kind of...
Almanac, yeah.
Yeah.
He started putting together fucking like science facts and meteorological data.
Yeah, Reader's Digest of its day.
It was, because that was what the farmers and shit relied on to know when the equinox was, when to plant, when to harvest, all that sort of shit.
Man, Ben Franklin was so ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Ahead of his time.
That dude was clever.
And he was great. He's on the money, right? Is he on money?
$100 bill. All the Benjamins. It's all about the Benjamins.
You're right. Well, that shows you I don't have a lot. I don't get a lot of $100 bills in these parts. So yeah. So we got. Oh, also too. We're stick around.
He is one of the 2 non-presidents on money, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Who else? Who's the other non-president on the money?
They wrote a big musical play about him.
Hamilton.
He was the guy that.
He was the rapper. He was the Land Manuel.
That's right. He was a rapper. And he was also the one promoting a Federal Reserve System.
Yeah. That's cool. Good eggs. They know what they're doing. So we. Well, I guess
Hey, let's talk a little bit more about the Founding Fathers real quick.
Wow. Sign me up. Let's talk about the... Gather around, kiddies. Let's talk about the Founding Fathers.
Let's set the stage. Colonial America.
Everyone smelled.
Horses crapped everywhere.
Horse shit everywhere, and everything was covered in soot.
Speaking of historical shit, you ever watch that HBO series from like back in the day called Rome?
No, I knew it was there, but no, I didn't.
They only had 2 seasons of it. Man, That thing was put together good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early HBO.
A lot of historical actors.
Notice how a lot of our talks always come back to early HBO. I think we're HBO fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are HBO aficionados.
Yeah, I mean,
Super fans.
I still am listening to like all the time, constantly, like Sopranos and the new Talking Sopranos podcast that they did a couple years ago, where Imperioli and Shrippa went through the episodes.
Yeah.
Ep
Yeah.
by ep.
Now Max would be a good one to have if you're getting one station. You go, all right, I got to splurge for a pay station here. Max is a good one.
You know, I love the Max because of all the HBO originals. You get your Sopranos, which I love. You get your Band of Brothers, you know, which
I used to like, everything from 6 Feet Under on down. I mean, you got all. Didn't you also too? I don't know if they're on there. Weren't they the ones with all the UFC fights and shit like that?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, so
But
if you're a sports guy, they probably have a whole sports section if you're into that shit.
But they have all the Warner Brothers cartoons.
Oh, do they?
Epic for me, all of them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like 7th or 8th season before they even get into color. They've got
Wow.
them all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Max has this?
Max.
Whoa.
Yeah, just look up Looney Tunes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know there were cross-pollination there.
Well, there's a whole bunch on there. But if you look up the Looney Tunes one,
Okay.
it's the actual fucking like starting off with like Ham and X and then, you know, introducing Porky and, you know, Baxter. And
Wow.
whatever.
And now they didn't, back then, now are these ones, they're unedited, right?
As far as I know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Remember
it's,
the 90s when they started like editing cartoons?
That was Ted Turner,
He
right?
stinks.
Yeah.
Stinks.
Because I did find... I think HBO also has the Tom and Jerry's now as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of those original ones with
I
a
put
lot
those
of
on
violence.
the other day, yeah.
Those were good.
Yeah.
I know. And then, I remember in like the mid-'80s, late 80s, they started editing cartoons to where you wouldn't see the impact, you know? I mean, you might see a rake hit the face, you know, but you...
I just picture those Tom and Jerry's where the dog would pick Tom up by the tail and just smack his ass with a 2x4, just over and over. Yeah. So,
I know.
yeah, so HBO's got all that stuff.
Wow.
Then, you know, they picked up all the Cartoon Network stuff.
Ooh,
So they've got
that's
the
a good
Metalocalypse, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Venture Brothers, all that sort
Okay.
of shit.
All right.
Then they've got the all the Discovery shit.
And
Which
right
is your
there's a good score.
Discovery Channel, Travel Channel.
And that, I mean, the Discovery and Travel Channel alone with all their
They
originals.
got the Food Networks, the
Yes.
HGTV.
Oh my God. So yes, for your money, Max. I was thinking if I had to recommend any, I was going to go with Peacock, but now that you mention all that's on the Max, go with the Max.
Max is pretty fucking stacked, man. I mean, I go there often.
Yeah.
Like, all the time.
You wouldn't even need cable if you just said, I need one station, and that's the one station to go.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Sling as like the cable replacement, and I've
I
had it
did
for
that.
years, but you know, honestly,
Their price went
now
up.
most of the stuff that I wanted to have Sling for, I'm getting on the HBO Max.
Yeah.
Like I used to like to watch the ghost hunting shows, which I'm watching less and less of as it goes on because they're not doing anything with anything. They've got 10, 15 years of fucking evidence of ghost hunting shit. They're not putting anything together. They're not looking at the data. They're not making any connections.
No.
They're not advancing.
They're just doing an episode, spending a
just
weekend,
cranking
and
it out.
make another one.
Cranking it out so Zach Bagans can have another house.
here. We got some weird stuff. We'll have to look at it later.
They're all flying the flag of scientific investigation, and when it comes down to it, nobody pays attention to any of the fucking findings. It's just cranking out, let's take 2 episodes and stick them together, and now it's a new episode. It's like, it's not.
No.
But, I mean, granted, these shows have been on for like 14, 17 years now.
Yeah, like the Curse of Oak Island's been that way.
Yeah, I know. I know they found shit. I keep watching.
Yeah, they find like little nails and little things.
No. I know because I've seen the articles, but I haven't read them. They found shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep waiting for them to show it on the show. They never fucking show it on the show. It's been 5 years now.
I know that. And they spend half the show recap it. Could it be?
Recapping.
And
Oh.
could it be? Could it be?
Fucking recaps,
Oh,
man.
I hate the old Ancient Alien could it be? Because they spend half the thing going, everything is premised on the recap and could it be?
Well,
Stop it.
The whole Ancient Aliens has like 2 main premises, you know?
Yeah.
All based on the Zacharias Sitchin's fucking translations and then the Ancient Aliens theorists.
It's crap.
But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of shit on HBO. HBO, I think, is a really good service,
Yeah.
man. I think there's a lot of good shit on there.
Yeah. So that's definitely a rec for the week, man. Just go to HBO Max and deep dive into the app. Make a left turn, make a right turn, nose around like an old neighborhood, and you'll be like, wow. You'll be bookmarking the Christ out of stuff.
Yeah, actually, there is. And then also, they've got tied in with HBO is literally the Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah, if that's your bag,
So
that's cool.
it's got tons of like 30s, 40s, 50s stuff. I went in there and added to my watch list like old fucking Alfred Hitchcock black and white shit from England.
Huh.
I've never seen, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So,
There we go.
Yeah, some film history, some film study there. So anyway, yeah, HBO Max is a good one. That's a fun one. All right, so you want to start hitting up 76 now?
We could start. I only had one quick update because last week I did a thing on jury duty. Everyone was asking me, what happened with jury duty?
Right.
Well, it's quick. All right. I did not have a Law and Order moment. Basically, and then remember I was saying, okay, what about, do they validate parking? They do not validate parking.
What?
No, I go there. Well, remember I was talking about my quarter and nickel trick in the old,
Yeah, in the old analog days.
Right. Well, here's what they did downtown, I noticed.
Right.
They've got the old school, it looks like an old parking meter.
Right.
But it's
wired into a little electronic brain unit next to it.
yeah, it's got a thing. So there I am, 10 minutes till I got to be there, and I'm like, oh, shit. I got
know.
a QR. So
know.
I get out of my car, I do the QR, ding, ding, ding. Oh, I got to pay. Oh, okay. And I'm getting no reception down there.
Yeah.
So it's spinning and spinning and spinning,
Yeah.
you know, and then I'm like, oh, I got to download this app now. So now I got to go to the App Store, download the app, It's all doing this thing. And then before I can even get the thing, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I got to PayPal this shit. So before I can even get the PayPal, they're like, what year and make is your car? Go around.
Yeah. What's your VIN
number?
Yeah.
Oh, go get your license plate number.
How big's the engine?
Oh, they want to know everything but the kitchen sink. And I was just like, they were about to ask me for my insurance. I was like, fuck off. You know.
That's for your blood type,
Yeah.
shoe size.
So here we go. I'm 10 minutes late. You know, I ends up being right on the money. I'm like, all right, finally got this done. Ding, 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 PayPal.
Yeah. Whoa.
Gee, lucky Warriors.
Lucky jumped.
And then there I go. I'm on the way. I get in there. So you wait in line. And I thought it was going to be like maybe 15 of us. There's a line of 40 people, all these people, and nobody's saying a word all the way down the hallway. Well, first, before I get to the hallway, it's like TSA. You got it. I mean, there's like massive cops around. You getting into the courthouse. I mean, they've got it on lockdown. I mean, they're wanting you and everything like
all
that.
All the psychopaths out there today.
Yeah. And I kept beeping, and he's like, lift up your shirt. And he's like, it was my belt buckle going off. But
It's your belt buckle.
Huh?
Of course it's your belt buckle.
Oh, yeah. But he had to put his finger under the belt buckle, make sure it wasn't like a breakaway belt buckle. I'm like, you get a little handsy here, pal. But all right, he had to do his thing. I get it.
But you know when they're doing that, when they get on clothes like that, you just go real quietly under your breath, go,
Go.
They'll be like, whoa.
He goes, anyone else hard? So here we go. I get in there and you wait in line. You get this little docket thing, and then they go, oh, here's your little pad. Here's your money for the day. And it's like they give you like a piece of paper and an envelope which has a gift card in it. And the gift card is for your pay for the day.
$10.
Yeah, $11.62.
Well,
Whoopity-doo.
$11.60 now, $1.60 for inflation.
11?
Keeping up with the cost of living.
Yeah.
Because
I was thinking to myself, couldn't you just keep it at 11? I mean, do we really need the 62 cents? But okay. So there we go. Okay.
Well, it was 20, but then there's taxes.
Right. So nobody's talking. We're all in this line, and I'm in a good mood. I'm like, how you doing? Pleased to meet you. I'm all well dressed. Everybody else looks like they rolled in out of bed.
Really? Just footy pajamas?
Yeah. A
and
couple
shit like
people were, Carhartt guys, a couple ladies, yeah. One lady was literally wearing pajama bottoms.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, what the fuck? Why did I even wear
I'm
wearing a sport coat and
pajamas
and
and the
pants?
sweatshirt.
I'm looking all slick. Mm-hmm. I look like a lawyer. I was ready to go.
Fucking people.
I know, they're in their pajamas.
Don't go out of the house in sweatpants. And for sure don't go out of the house in goddamn pajamas.
The amount of people in their pajamas at the grocery store is staggeringly alarming.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially here in an area where it's like cold and windy and shit.
Oh, yeah. They'll be in slippers and, yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Fucking slippers outside.
They're like one step away from just wrapping a blanket around themselves and just rolling off the couch and getting in the car. You know, it's like walking to the grocery store with a blanket around your shoulders.
It is. Oh my God. And at that point, it's like, are you the sick person? Are you coming
Yeah,
here
what do we
coughing,
do?
sneezing,
Yeah,
going
we
to
just
the
give
cold
up.
and flu aisle? You know.
So,
Yeah,
all right,
it's
so
gonna
I'm
be that
in
bad.
line. I get my thing. Blah, blah, blah. Here's your number, sir. Thanks for coming. We're glad to have you. And then you go into this room, and then there's like...
So you get put in the giant bullpen.
Yep, and there's like 40. And they got HGTV on a giant thing playing.
Oh, so it's like DMV.
Yeah, it was, yep. And it was like one of those, those house renovation things.
Renovation Nation.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and there so I'm sitting there and I'm like in a good mood. I'm like, and so I'm the only one making it weird. Nobody else is talking. It's dead. You could hear a pin drop.
You have this thing where is it like you try and fill the silence?
A little bit.
Or is that
I'm
you're
just in a
trying
good
to make
mood.
friends in case things go bad? You'll have an ally?
No, I'm just existing, and whoever's next to me is going to get it. Going to get the show. So, this lady was sitting next to me, and they do the reveal on the show, and I'm like, see? And she's like,
What are you, Mr. Bean over here?
we were having this little thing over. But then,
Turns out she doesn't even speak English.
yeah, well then, an hour goes by, and then the lawyer comes out, and the judge, thanks for being here, everybody. Glad for your
The judge
civic
makes an
duty.
appearance. Do you guys clap when he comes out, or do you stand
No,
up?
you
or-
just kind of, you go, oh, there's the judge.
Does he?
there.
Do they come out and they go, "I'll rise for the judge," or does he just like magically appear in your?
Yeah, he
midst?
just kind of magically appeared, weirdly enough. He came out of a weird side room I didn't know was there. And then, like a secret compartment.
Right, like he's popping up by the
Yeah.
mixing board.
And he goes, yeah, we're still getting the jury selected now. He says, help yourself to some water. And here's where it got weird. Like, and he's like, all right, thanks. We'll call you when we need you. He leaves. So me and this other guy get up to go get some water out of the refrigerator. So he grabs the water and he hands one to me. He goes, you want one? He kind of whispered it because it's all quiet, keep in mind. And I go, you got it, Tiger. I don't know. I broke the silence with, you got it, Tiger. And I could hear the schluffing and giggling behind me. Like, kind of like, and then I'm like, all right, well, I got to captive
You got it,
audience here.
Tiger. Let's dole out some justice.
I was like, all right, tight 10, here we go. Tight 5, let's go. Bring the mic over.
Dude, you gotta listen. If you're gonna do shit like that, you gotta get some business cards printed up that just say Aaron Forsyth, comedian.
I'm telling you, this crowd, I could have literally done a tight 5 right there.
I'm telling you,
and they would have loved
Do
it.
your little performance art, and then you go around and hand out business cards to everybody in the fucking room that was there, because they're your audience. You're doing street art, street performance.
You can imagine just doing crowd work right there. Hey, where do you work, sir? Yeah, so there.
I met a magician guy out in Arizona, in Tempe. It was like that. He was like a close-up magician. His thing was doing fucking magic right in front of you.
Oh, that was, yeah.
He was fucking good.
Yeah, that shit's awesome. I know. I love it. So yeah, nothing goes. So then another hour goes by. We watch another episode of this show
In the bullpen.
in the bullpen. I'm eating
jury box or
I'm eating
something.
the granola bar. I eat the granola bar in the water, getting crumbs all over myself.
Wait. Are you just eating because you're there, you've got food, and you've got water, and so you're like,
I got the water, and
May
then
as
when I
well
walked
eat.
by the table, I looked in the little bin there, and the bin was like, "Hey, Nature Valley granola bars. Don't mind if I do."
oh my God, it's all sugar.
Yeah.
So what? So you just figure it's 9 a.m. Let's eat.
Yeah, I'm thinking 11. I'm getting out of here with something. So I might as well get a granola bar and water to go.
You got that 1160.
I know. So I'm ready. So then finally another hour goes by. We watch another
Is that
episode.
1160 supposed to make it for the pay that you lose for jury duty? Oh wait, do they still pay you for jury duty?
My job is, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
They
most of
consider it
them
like a vacation day, but it's kind of like bereavement, where they don't take it out of your vacation pay, but the work goes, okay, it's your civic duty. They're cool with it.
Right.
They don't have to by law, but they do it because
Yeah, they didn't used to, but then nobody would go to jury duty.
Yeah, and my boss is pretty cool. They're pretty good people, so they're not gonna fuck you. So there we go.
So you're in the box, you're eating the granola.
Yeah.
Then what? You're just hanging out like DMV?
Yeah, I'm right in the
Waiting
middle.
for
Yep, like the DMV.
Do they give you a ticket? Like D007?
Well, you have like a little thing that says juror, and then
Right.
number 4307. I'm right there. I got a little sticker on my lapel. And I'm ready to go. Yeah, all right. Well, then here comes the judge. He comes out and he goes,
Here comes the judge.
he comes out again. He goes, thanks for coming, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your stay. The defendant chose at the very last center while we were about to pick the jurors. He decided to plead guilty.
No more trial.
No more trial. He
Heading
pled guilty.
right to the sentencing phase.
He did say, he goes, and we can't give you any hint of the thing other than it was a conspiracy to commit fraud case.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing that grips you like a almost crime that may have happened.
I know, and I was like, ooh, conspiracy to commit fraud. Ooh, that would have been a good one for to be on the jury. I was like, all right, let me see some bank records and everything. I want to see what they were frauding. But I didn't get to see anything. They dismissed all 50. So I'm thinking,
what if it was like those scammers that put skimmers on gas pumps and shit?
That's what I was wondering, or I was thinking like insurance fraud. I was thinking like an insurance thing, you know. I don't know. I have no idea.
Can I just say, I saw a video recently of a guy who went to the ATM or the gas pump or something like that, and he fucking noticed that something was wacky with it. And they put a skimmer on it, and he fucking ripped it apart and pulled it off there and fucking called the police and shit. And they got it all on video and everything.
Nice.
So they had a whole fake front that goes on the ATM over top of the ATM that's there.
Jesus.
The little skimmer device just sits there in front of the actual thing that goes in.
How did he know what it looks like?
He just noticed that there was like an extra layer of the plastic.
Yeah.
And he's like, the facing's here, and then there's this other layer of redundant plastic. So he's like, why? So he started messing with it. But they have the skimmer now, but also they put a tiny little fucking remote camera off to the side of the little kiosk shooting. So when you put in your PIN number, they can see your fucking finger.
Fucking bullshit.
So be aware, people. Be aware.
Yeah, that makes me mad.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, that gets me hot.
Scammers and crime.
I know. Scammers are smart too. They figure out a way. So yeah, I got dismissed. So I'm thinking to myself, not only was I instantly found myself, and then I'm driving home, I'm like, all right. And I'm thinking to myself, not only was that a complete waste of 53.
So you released at 9:30, quarter 10, 10
Yeah,
o'clock,
almost 10.
Like
yeah, it was 10. It was a while. And then, complete waste of time. Now, this jabroni, whoever was up, pushed it all the way. He pulled not guilty, find me. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. Until finally, the one last 10 minutes of picking the jury, he goes, I plead guilty, I did it.
Scoot your chair a little bit that way.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, think about that. It's like, you fucking idiot. It makes me mad. It makes me to the point of where I don't know if this I should be mad at the dude for wasting the system's time, or the system was like, Jesus, that was pretty cool, the system, but there's a lot of moving parts just to go into this one case here, So there's no law. When it comes to law and order, it's like there's a lot of moving parts to law and order.
Well, the people that get into the system like to exploit the system to be as disruptive and difficult and exhaustive as possible.
Yeah, it's almost like if they just didn't. It's almost like they were like, I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. You got the wrong guy. All the way up to the very last second to where it's like they're picking the jury, and he leans over to his lawyer and goes, I did it.
Well, I mean, for all you know,
what are we doing here?
The lawyer's been telling him they've got you dead to rights with the evidence, and they go, no, I didn't do it, no, I didn't do it. And the lawyer's like, dude, they've got you dead to rights. You do not want to go to trial. This looks really bad. They're going to hammer you. I didn't do it, I didn't do it. And the lawyer's like, dude, take the plea.
Yeah, take the plea. Yeah, it's probably a lawyer going, take the plea now, or you're not getting out.
Or it's like, you ever see those sovereign citizen dumbasses?
Oh, the know-it-alls.
Oh, man.
The know-it-alls. You can't touch me. That's my 29th Amendment right. I have the right to strangle a goose.
The sovereign citizen people are the ones that are like, I'm not a citizen of America. I'm a free individual.
That they have diplomatic immunity.
Yeah,
one of those fucks.
Yeah, those ones.
Oh, yeah, and they're always some guy from I'm from the Congo, I have diplomatic immunity.
Those videos where the cops pull them over, the cops are like, because they don't put their window down, and they start giving all these printouts of paper and stuff like that. And they're like, look at my thing, I don't need a driver's license, I don't need to register my car.
I know.
And the cops are like, all right, this is the third time I'm telling you to open your door. And I'm pulling you out of this car.
Yeah.
And then the cops just break the window and pull them out.
I know.
And then the crying and the whining starts.
Yeah,
Every time.
Watch hours of those. Now you know why cops are like, if they're in a good mood, you go, man, you must be a good soul to be in a good mood.
People are fucking
Because people are idiots.
But they're not just idiots. They're deliberate assholes.
Yes. And they think they know more than ever. See, that's the thing. The stupid think they know more so they're so stupidly stupid that they just act like so cavalier with their stupidity. It's annoying.
Yeah. Well, it's like out in Phoenix, man. Like Holmberg used to say on the radio, it's like, look, if you want to off yourself, don't jump off the overpass onto the freeway. You're fucking up everybody's morning.
Yeah, true.
Nobody can get to work. The freeway gets shut down for hours. Everybody's stuck in traffic. It turns into a goddamn nightmare. He's like, do everybody a favor. He's like, take some pills and go fucking lay down in the garage.
Right, yeah, don't pluck traffic. I got a job to do.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, out there in Phoenix, it's bad. You know what I mean?
Really? That's what they do? They jump off the overpass?
No. I don't mean it's bad that way. I mean, out there in Phoenix, everything runs on the highway system.
Oh,
That's
sure,
how you get
sure.
around town is the highway system.
Yeah.
When there's car accidents, it's snarled up super bad.
I can
you
see
get
it.
somebody jumping off an overpass, it's like, it's going to be shut down for a day and a half. So, yeah, it's like, ugh. Yeah.
So that's it. Jury duty was a bust. That sucks. I did my civics duty, but hey, I say if you got a chance, go to jury duty, do your thing. It's fun. It's cool. It's worth it. Just know that, you don't have to dress up for one. B, you're not going to get paid, and chances are you won't get picked. But hey, just go.
Yeah, don't be afraid to respond to it. Like 90% of the time, like you don't have to go. And if you do have to go, dude, if you like
It's
those
fun.
crime shows on TV, you get to be in one.
Yeah, that was my point. I was like, I was waiting for it. I wanted to be in the jury box. I love it.
I'd have a hard time staying awake, man. I'd be falling asleep.
Well, that was always my big fear, but I was thinking adrenaline would get me going. Oh, the lawyer guy did say, too, he said 90% of the cases we get here in Erie, they can solve in one day as a jury.
Yeah.
And he goes, if it goes to the next day to where you got to deliberate overnight, he says, very few times, 90% of the time, we can do it in one day.
Yeah.
So you're not there all night. They're not going to throw you in a hotel room and keep you away from your family. It's not that.
Yeah, it's probably just a lot of common crime.
Yeah.
Usual sort of dumb shit.
Yeah, because Erie's a mid-sized city, for those of you who don't know. We're kind of small. We're a little smaller than Cleveland.
Well, of course, we're smaller than any major cities, but we're the third largest city in the state, I hear.
So we're big. Yeah, we're like Allentown. Yeah,
we're big enough that we've got affiliate, TV stations here.
This is true, yeah.
So...
And a weather thing.
I don't know if but I'm sure Wilkes-Barre and Scranton have their own fucking affiliates.
Yes, yeah, right. We're bigger than Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, but not by much.
Bigger than Allentown.
Sure.
I guess. Because, I don't know. Yeah, look on a map. Look
on a map.
Look in a history book.
Give it a goog.
Yeah, anyway.
All right.
Moving on.
Let's do it.
Let's go. All right. So, this week we're hitting up into fucking 1976. We're at it. Now, pop culture-wise, we are through the looking glass. We have had the Jaws movie experience come out in 1975 that blew people's minds.
Yeah.
Created the summer blockbuster.
That was last week, yep.
Things are starting to turn now in 1976, and we can start to see that.
That's what we're talking about.
These lists, and we can start to spot these trends.
All right. Now, before we get to it, I got some pop culture stuff, but basically my intro to this is, from disco to denim, TV and movies were influencing the way we dressed and talked more than ever.
Right.
Welcome to 1976.
Right. The pop culture really started to coalesce and be less just like a distraction that people were like, whatever, it's TV for kids and idiots.
Yeah.
It started to be a cultural, inflection point that everybody was watching and everybody was onto at the same time.
Yeah. So if something was on TV or something was in the movie theaters, you knew about it. You knew it. And everybody, the water cooler talk was water cooler talk.
Right. Because you started to have these sort of movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so to wit, you want to throw some facts out real quick?
Well, okay. Jimmy Carter was elected president. Apple Computer was founded.
There you go.
Steve Jobs and Wozniak founded Apple Computer.
Things are starting to change.
Oh, yeah, the start of that. It's the U.S. bicentennial. So the United States now is 200 years old. So everyone's got a heart on. Everyone's going, 1976 is our 200th anniversary.
Right.
And there's red, white, and blues everywhere. There's flags on flagpoles, and everybody's rah, 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 go America.
Yep.
But then you also got the historical here. Now, a couple things happened there. Now, Viking 1 landed on the Mars.
There you
We had
go.
1976 Summer Olympics, which was the Summer Olympics, if you do not recall, was Bruce Jenner, who is now Caitlyn Jenner, won the gold medal in the decathlon Montreal. So Montreal had the Olympics, and America's winning big. So you got to throw that into, okay, we're at our 200th bicentennial, and fucking America is jacked on itself. And then here we are, we roll right on into the Olympics, and we're kicking ass in the Olympics.
That's right, because that was what, Summer Olympics?
Yeah.
Bruce Jenner and all that.
But let's add to this context too. It's a historical heat wave too. Remember the heat wave? 76 was the hottest on record. Drought everywhere. So you had the summer was burbling, and everyone was half shirts and fucking bell bottoms, and it was the summer of fun. So there we go. But what else you got? Okay, let's say what was on the radio? What were we listening to on the radio? On the
You want to go
records?
songs?
Yeah, let's go music first.
Okay, so I got a couple lists. So first off, we've got the Billboard year-end Hot 100 singles of '76. This is sort of very telling. We're starting to get more of the cultural significant songs ranking on the charts.
Okay.
Right? So you'll get number 1, "Silly Love Songs" by Wings.
Oh yeah, Paul. Yeah, have you noticed Paul McCartney? There hasn't been a lot of Beatles on the charts, but Paul McCartney's on the charts.
Right, because he's doing the Wings thing.
Yeah.
"Don't Go Breaking My Heart," Elton John and Kiki D.
Oh, don't go breaking my balls.
"Disco Lady" by Johnny Taylor. Never heard of it.
Never heard that one.
December 1963, "Oh What a Night" by the Four Seasons.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, oh yeah, that was big. That was a big roller skating hit.
Yeah, it was. "Play That Funky Music" by Wild Cherry.
Oh, another roller skating hit.
"Kiss and Say Goodbye" by the Manhattans.
Don't know that one.
No, not either. "Love Machine" by the Miracles. All
right.
Love Machine. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, Paul Simon.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was probably on every radio station.
"Love Is a Lie" by Gary Wright.
I don't know that
I
one.
don't remember. A Fifth of Beethoven
What?
by Walter Murphy, who does the music for Family Guy.
Oh.
Remember, it was the disco mix of Beethoven's Fifth.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
Walter
wow,
Murphy,
yeah.
who does the music for Family Guy.
That was a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sarah Smiles, Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates. Sarah Smiles.
76, Hall & Oates
Oh
showing
yeah.
up.
That was probably the slow jam date night song of the slow jam.
Yeah, apparently.
You know, Sarah Smiles was probably definitely
Afternoon Delight.
There's another one.
Yeah. Remember that one. I Write the Songs, Barry Manilow.
Oh yeah, Barry Manilow's.
Barry
Yes.
Manilow was
Oh, I remember that one on the
dominating in
radio.
76, 77,
My
78.
mom was
My
loving
mom
it.
loved Barry Manilow. Fly Robin Fly by the Silver Convention. I don't know what that is. Love Hangover, Diana Ross.
Sure.
Sweet Love Hangover. And then Get Closer, Seals and Croft. More, Andrea True Connection. How you like it, how you like it.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen.
That's huge.
Right. This is where we're starting to get the more cooler stuff starting to hit onto the
Yeah, now
Billboard
the cool.
100
Yeah, the
charts.
suits are catching on because what the stoner kids are listening to is now hitting the charts.
starting to filter in.
Yeah, and the radio stations are picking up on it. It's no
Yeah.
longer your parents' radio station.
Misty Blue by Dorothy Moore. I don't know what that is.
Don't know what that is.
Boogie Fever by the Stylers.
Yeah. You've seen a theme here too. The disco is really
It's
picking up
starting.
steam.
It's starting to come in
You know,
76.
we're beyond ABBA now. We're
early
beyond
stuff.
the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
This is like, you
It
know.
hasn't fully hit disco yet, but boy, it's dancing
Yeah,
around.
and the kids are roller skating to disco, and disco is big in big cities.
Yeah, I'd really love to see you tonight by England Dan and John Ford Coley. I'm sure if we heard it, we'd be like, oh yeah. You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate. I believe
yeah.
in miracles.
Yeah.
You sexy thing. Love Hurts by Nazareth.
Jesus.
Right.
Yeah, Nazareth. Yeah.
Yeah, pop it up on there. Silver Convention again with Get Up and Boogie.
A lot of boogie songs.
Silver Convention's bringing it. Take It to the Limit by the Eagles.
Eagles have one every year at this point.
Shake Your Booty, Casey and the Sunshine Band.
All right, more disco.
Sweet Love by the Commodores. Sweet Love. No, wait, is that no, that's somebody else.
Oh, Commodores are huge. Yeah, everyone had the Commodores record.
Maxine Nightingale, right back where we started from.
Oh, yeah. Got to get right back to where we started from.
The theme from SWAT, Charting like you said, TV and pop culture was starting to sort of like fold back in on itself. You should be dancing, Bee Gees.
Bee Gees, once again, once a year, we're getting a Bee Gees song.
Right. You'll never find another love like mine, Lou Rawls. You'll never find.
You'll never find.
Yep, that one. Golden Years by David Bowie.
Okay.
Moonlight Feels Right by Starbuck. Only 16 by Dr. Hook, who's now in jail for statutory rape. No, just kidding.
Aren't they all?
Just kidding. The Bellamy Brothers, Let Your Love Flow.
Oh, okay.
Don't know that. Gary Wright, Dreamweaver.
Oh, Dreamweaver, but
Turn the Beat Around, Vicky Sue Robinson.
roller skating song.
Proto Disco. Lonely Night, Angel Face by Catherine and Tennille. All by Myself, Eric Carmen.
Oh, by myself.
That was a big one.
Oh, that was
Love to Love You, Baby, Donna Summer.
Yeah.
I saw a little documentary on Donna Summer. Dude, Donna Summer is fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
I
don't know much about her. I know who she is, but I don't know about her.
Scratch up a Donna Summer like biography pic or biography video on like YouTube or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking dude, she's pretty dope, man. She's pretty fucking dope. Donna Summer's dope. Deep Purple by Donnie Marie Osmond.
Of course.
Right? Theme from Mahogany by Diana Ross.
Wow. Okay.
Sweetest Thing, Rufus. Shaka Khan's coming in there somewhere. That's the Way, I like it. Another Casey and the Sunshine Band hit. Wow. A little bit more by another Dr. Hook one. Shannon by Henry Gross.
So a lot of these charting songs are roller skating / disco songs.
If You Leave Me Now, Chicago.
Everyone's boogieing. Everyone's dancing.
Show Me the Way, Peter Frampton.
Oh, yeah.
Aerosmith, Dream On.
Oh, boy.
Fleetwood Mac, Say You Love Me.
Fleetwood Mac stinks.
Convoy, C.W. McCall.
We got a great big convoy. Yeah.
Trucking Through the Night. There you go. Let's see. Just want to hit a couple of these, any that are good. Saturday Night by the Bay City Rollers. Let 'Em In by Wings. Evil Woman by Electric Light Orchestra.
Okay.
All these sort of things.
What were the stoner kids live now? Now let's move it to the parking lots here. Where do we got?
So this one, there's a lot of overlap here. But this is the cool kids list of shit that came out in 76.
Here we go.
Now, this isn't by like order of importance or anything. These are apparently by when they were released.
Oh, okay.
So these are ones that are early January and then just go through the year. But just a quick glossary, you'll see where we're at on this. Hotel California.
Eagles.
Go Your Own Way.
Fleetwood
Mac. More Than a Feeling.
Okay.
Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Anarchy in the UK. Sex Pistols.
Oh, Sex Pistols were
Dancing
big.
Queen. ABBA.
Okay.
Don't Fear the Reaper. Blue Oyster Cult.
Okay.
Night Moves. Bob Seger.
Bob Seger, yeah.
Blitzkrieg Bop. Ramones. Boys Are Back in Town.
Thin Lizzy.
Play That Funky Music. White
Wild
Boy.
Cherry.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, Wild Cherry.
Yeah, it's not Casey? Okay. Kiss and Say Goodbye. I'm not sure what that one is. Disco Inferno.
Okay.
Tonight's the Night. Always and Forever. Isn't that one from Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
Fly Like an Eagle.
Okay.
I Wish. Carry On, My Wayward Son.
Kansas.
Right. Life in the Fast Lane.
Another Eagle.
Yeah. Turn the Page.
Bob Seger, yeah.
Right. Long Time. Boston.
Boston, all right. Everyone's got 2 songs on the charts.
If You Leave Me Now. Take away the biggest part of me. Ooh. What's that, Chicago?
Yeah.
Leave me now. Low Down.
Okay.
Sir Duke.
Sir Duke. Oh,
Love
Stevie
Sir
Wonder.
Duke.
Yeah, that is a riff that doesn't stop.
Oh my God, so fucking good. Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
Oh, okay. Captain and
Tennille. Car Wash.
Car Wash. Yeah, that was big. This movie with Car Wash was probably gonna.
Yep. Show Me the Way, Peter Frampton.
Yeah, Show Me the Way. Was Peter Frampton? Was that the live?
Yeah.
Yeah,
live.
Because
Yeah.
he had arguably one of the most popular live albums of the time. Everyone loves the talk box he does, but
I never heard any of it till like the 80s. All right, Blinded by the Light. Manfred Mann's.
Yeah, which was a Bruce Springsteen song.
Was it? Yeah.
He wrote it.
Don't Leave Me This Way.
Okay.
Somebody to Love. That's Queen.
Oh yeah, Want Somebody to Love. Yeah, sure. Queen, yeah.
Knowing Me, Knowing You. Not sure. Love Hangover. Donna Summer.
Of course.
Badass Donna Summer.
All right.
American Girl.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
All right.
Yep. There you go. Silly love songs. You're the cat. Isn't she lovely? You should be dancing. Should be dancing. Yeah. All right. Rubber Band Man. Bootsy Collins.
All right.
Rich Girl. Hall & Oates.
All right. This would make one hell of a mixtape.
Take the money and run. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Oh, AC/DC.
Baby I Love You Way. Boogie Nights. Rockin' Me. Keep on rockin' me, baby.
All right.
Right. Record the Edmund Fitzgerald.
See the Cool Kids records.
Detroit Rock City.
Oh, Kiss.
There you go.
Kiss hadn't even entered their disco phase yet. The I Was Made for Loving You isn't for a couple years yet.
Right.
They're late. Because disco's already popping. And punk rock's already popping. That's what we go to. That's where I go to in here. I got to mention it because before I get into my products here, man.
But you can definitely see how a lot of those sort of undergroundy things were starting to hit up in pretty high in the Billboard charts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So my last thing I'm going to talk about later, well, the disco craze, we got that.
But also, if you notice on those lists, a lot less of the gimmicky songs. A lot less of the,
Yeah, things were having a statement, but there was also a lot of, there's the fun, the party, the dance
I think I did
songs.
miss on one of those lists, but I saw it earlier. Gonna Fly Now, the theme from Rocky, was charting.
Oh, yeah, because that'll probably pop up in the movies when you go to the movies.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But yeah, punk rock emerged. This is the year, 1976. Punk rock, the Ramones and the Sex Pistols brought punk rock as the anti-disco movement came in. But even though disco was huge, here's some other stuff that happened in 76 that we got to pay attention to because this is all going to tie together. Oh, Jesus, you got... well, I can't mention it. I don't want to blow your movies thing, but Star Wars was a VHS released.
Star Wars is 77.
Well, Star Wars, the movie Star Wars hit theaters, but maybe it was in the big cities. Maybe it was a big city.
It's released in 77.
Yeah, unless it was the late 76, maybe.
It might be like December or something like that.
Yeah. Let's see, we had the heat wave. We had death penalty ruling. U.S. Supreme Court ruled that death penalty is inherently not cruel. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? Punk rock. Oh, here's some. Oh, the top toy was Stretch Armstrong. All right. They also, guess what else came out? Musicians might know this one, the EBO.
Yeah?
You know what an EBO is, right? Does anyone know? Yeah, well, we know what an EBO is, but nobody else. You just give it a go. The Jelly Belly Jelly Bean was invented. Here's one for you, Mike. Not only the Reach toothbrush. Remember Reach toothbrushes?
I use them all the time.
Yeah, the Reach toothbrush came to be. And here's the one that you might like. The revolutionary camera stabilization system called the Steadicam.
Right.
That was it.
So the Steadicam, if you'll notice, they used it on Halloween.
Okay. Oh, the movie Halloween.
Yeah, the movie Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I was going to say,
Yeah, no, not the holiday. Yeah, the movie Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of shots, because basically...
Like when he was walking down the street, maybe when she was, there's that scene where they're walking down the street.
It is.
It's actually a pretty static
That's it.
shot. It would be normally jumbly, bumbly.
Well,
or could be.
Typically with filmmaking, they don't do handheld. You're either on a tripod, locked off, you're on a dolly, which is on tracks, or you're on a crane.
Oh, okay.
Which, they got small jib cranes that, they have wheels and motors and you drive them around and it's got the big extending arm and all that shit. So that's pretty much how you're doing movies. Nobody did a lot of walking around with the film cameras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not too much of that. If they did, they were doing like the Super 8s and stuff. Like those dudes that went and filmed like World War II stuff in the Pacific.
I can see that. Well, let's get into the movies because movies are popping now. Now we're at 76 movies.
Right. Jaws broke the cherry on the friggin' blockbusters. Real quick, right off the bat, just to say my beloved horror movies, the Hammer horror movies, 76 was the last of the Hammer horror movies that came out.
All right, goodbye Hammer horrors.
To the Devil a Daughter, which is fucking disturbing.
I don't know what it is, but okay.
Yeah. So here's the movie charts for 76. Once again, you're going to see this pop culture sort of coming back in on itself. Number 1, Rocky.
Big deal. Rocky was a
deal.
big deal.
Number 2 is an IMAX documentary called To Fly.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, so this might have been when IMAX first came out. They were showing it at Disney or something.
I was going to say, might tie into Disneyland because IMAX was big in the Disney
I remember seeing some whitewater rafting thing at the fucking IMAX
Yeah,
at
California flyover. It was like a flyover California
That's right.
thing.
I remember
like
that. That
Eagle's
was like the early
Eye of the
80s.
Eagle or something.
Disney. Yeah, Soaring.
Yeah, so, right.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Number 3, A Star Is Born. This is the Chris Christopherson, Barbara Streisand one.
Which later, though, you might recognize it, guys, from the Lady Gaga, what's his name?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper movie.
Right.
Star is Born. This is the original version.
Nope.
No?
Nope. The original was like 1935.
Oh, okay. Well, so this is a remake.
Of a remake of a remake.
Yeah, okay. This is the second adaptation.
Yeah. Number 4, King Kong.
King Kong?
That's the King Kong with Jessica, what's her face? And Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah.
He was in that?
Yeah. This is the King Kong where he climbed the World Trade Centers.
Yeah. I didn't know that was Jeff Bridges. Now that you mentioned it, I guess it was.
Jeff Bridges and what's her name? The blonde.
Jessica.
Maybe it's not Jessica.
No.
What the fuck's her name? I don't know. Forget her name. I can see her face.
All right. Well, King Kong's a big deal.
Yeah, King Kong's a big deal. So this is the first King Kong like remake since the 1933 original.
So imagine in 1976 you go, we're gonna go to the movies this weekend. Let's go there, and you walk in. Your movie poster, you're gonna see Rocky. Then you're gonna see King Kong. What are you gonna see next to it?
Next to it could be Silver Streak.
Silver Streak. I don't even know what that is, but you go Silver Streak.
That is one of the
Look at that,
classic.
honey. Silver Streak's playing.
That is one of the first 2 classic buddy movies of Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor.
That's right.
Silver Streak was one on the train, and the other one was where they go to prison, which was called Stir Crazy.
Stir Crazy. Yeah, Stir Crazy. I remember that. I forgot about Silver Streak.
Both hysterical because Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor together.
They work good together.
Goddamn funny.
Yeah.
So funny. Okay, number 6, All the President's Men.
Okay.
You know, sort of a political thriller, sort of based on Watergate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a Watergate type thing. Number 7, The Omen.
Ooh, now we're into it. Yeah, they're trying for another follow-up blockbuster, scary, supernatural cult thriller.
Yeah, they're trying to follow up The Exorcist.
Yeah, they're like, all right, Exorcist.
They got pretty close
They're
with
wringing
The
their
Omen.
hands. We're going to do The Omen.
The Omen's a little disturbing.
Yeah, wasn't that the one on the book? The Omen. Oh, I'm thinking Amityville Horror. No, this is The Omen. This is about Damien the Omen, the kid,
Damien the Omen.
the boy.
Yep. If you remember, the first one is like, I believe it's the first one, is Sam Neill is the dad. David Warner is the guy investigating it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic. Okay, number 8, The Enforcer, Dirty Harry's latest. Because there was Dirty Harry, and then there was like Sudden Impact. I think this is like the 3rd one.
I mean, really, he's in every. The theme is that we should just call it the Clint Eastwood Awards.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kicked off the whole 70s vigilante thing, which Charles Bronson exploited the shit out of with the...
Yeah.
What was the Charles Bronson ones? Death Wish.
Death Wish, yes.
Yeah. You went, duh, and I was like, that's it.
I was thinking Murder
Wish.
by the Dozen. Or Murder by the Murder.
Yeah.
Murder with a gun.
12-pack of corpses.
Revenge.
Yeah. Next, number 9, Midway.
Is that a plane thing?
World
plane
War II
wreck?
movie. Yeah, about Midway Island battle in World War II.
Okay.
Okay. Number 10, Bad News Bears.
Oh, I love that as a kid. I think I might have seen that as a kid.
This first one from 76.
Walter Matthau one?
Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
It's fucking lunacy if you watch it.
Yeah, he was smoking and drinking. I remember
He's
him
having
drinking
the
a beer.
kids passing beers out of the cooler. No one's wearing seatbelts.
Yeah, and he's driving down the road and says, hand me a beer.
Oh, God. It's so funny. Jodie Foster. No, Tatum O'Neal's in it.
Tatum O'Neal.
And Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah.
Kelly Leak. Yeah. Driving his little fucking motorcycle.
Yeah.
Oh, being a 70s tough guy. Number 11, Silent Movie, Mel Brooks.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Yeah. It didn't make a lot of noise when it came out.
Silent
movie.
Good
All
one.
right. Number 12, Pink Panther Strikes Again.
Oh, Peter Sellers?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And continuing the trend there, 13, Murder by Death.
Greatest name in the world?
Which is an Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot mystery. This is one of the Peter Ustinov Hercule Poirot ones. Like Death on the Nile, and then there were None, 10 Little Indians, all these.
Okay.
Yeah, they were cranking these out in the late 70s. Because they would have a cast of like 12 people. It's kind of like Knives Out and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
like Knives Out was doing it. So they got like 12 people in it. So they'll put like, it's stacked with like Betty Davis and,
And were they based on books too,
Conrad
like
Reigns.
best-selling books?
Yeah, Agatha Christie.
So there it goes. Yeah, so the source material's already available, so these actors are all clamoring at a spot,
Right, because these are all actors that are now old. They're not stars anymore. Because you know how those old actors from like the 30s and the 40s were doing whatever the fuck in the mid-late 70s.
Oh yeah, they're ready. Yeah, because they wouldn't back down to TV. They didn't want to do TV,
Right.
but
Right,
they
they're
needed
not
a
doing
film
fucking
role. They had to
TV.
do movies, so they don't care. So that's why you might find them in
Betty
like
Davis was in Escape from Witch Mountain.
right, exactly. That's why they're doing Disney and they're doing all kinds of weird stuff just to stay in the film world.
Yeah, and you get
'cause
Donald
TV was
Pleasance.
beneath them.
Donald Pleasance is doing like kids Disney movies.
Yeah.
Because it's like, like you said, they're not doing TV. They're like, I'm a film actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor. I don't do
They're not
television.
slumming it in television. Oh my God, it's so funny. It's all so funny back then. Marathon Man, number 14. Remember that one?
No.
That one is Dustin Hoffman gets wrapped up investigating escaped Nazis in Argentina, and then he finds himself like kidnapped, and then he wakes up tied to a chair, and it's Laurence Olivier asking him if it's safe. Wow. And he starts pulling his teeth out. Yeah, Marathon Man. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know that one.
That's a fucked up one. Speaking of fucked up ones, double feature that one with Taxi Driver, 76.
Right. Taxi Driver was okay. I'm going to get to that a little bit in my
Yep.
next batch, my next segment.
Oh yeah. Outlaw Josie Wales, more Clint Eastwood.
All right.
Finishing up his Western shit. Carrie.
Oh, Stephen King.
Stephen King story. Yep. I believe Toby Hooper directed it.
And it's funny because didn't he come in at like two episodes?
No, wait, not Toby Hooper. De Palma, Brian De Palma.
Right, but about 3 episodes back, 2 years ago, we were talking about the first Carrie being Stephen King's first novel.
Yeah.
Well, here we go 2 years later. That big novel that turns into his first feature
Movie
film.
adaptation. The
Stephen
first
King
Stephen
is
King
like
movie
king of the world
adaptation.
here.
Yeah, he starts cranking them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, the world's changing. This is what we're talking about. You start to see it in this. Carrie pops up in the book. Carrie pops up in the movie. You're going to start seeing a lot more Stephen King lately,
Yeah.
Logan's Run.
Sci-fi.
Classic sci-fi movie.
Yeah. Now that was original, what's his name? Han Solo. That was Harrison Ford, wasn't it?
No.
Wasn't he in Logan's Run?
Gregory Harrison. Gregory Harrison, who played in Trapper John M.D.
Trapper John. Trapper John.
Pernell
indeed.
Roberts. Yeah.
Right.
Remember he was the young doctor?
Okay.
Dr. Studley. Network. Remember Network? You ever watch Network? Network's a good one. Everybody should check out Network.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, Network's a good one. Across the Great Divide. I'm not sure what that one is. They say it's a Western. The Pom Pom Girls, number 21. It's a comedy from Crown International.
All right.
I mean, big boob sex romp? I have no idea.
Yeah, probably an excuse to film hot chicks with boobs.
Now, this one is not that. I know for a fact. But it sounds like it's called Mother, Jugs, and Speed.
Oh, this has to have boobs in it.
Well, it's got Raquel Welch in it. It's Raquel Welch.
She's
and
hot
I
back
believe
then.
like Richard Pryor and like Yaphet Kotto, and like the two of them are like.
There has to be a gratuitous boob shot in this.
It's a car chase. Yeah, there's got to be. It's like a car chase movie. Like they're running from the cops, and Anyway, the Missouri Breaks, Family Plot, Gator, Robin and Marion. That's Entertainment 2. Remember I said That's Entertainment had come out like the previous year, and it was just clips
Yeah.
from old musicals. Okay, so that's the movies.
Movies are going good, though. Movies are a thing.
Yep, movies are definitely starting to get more relevant on stuff.
Yeah.
Rocky was huge.
Rocky, Taxi
huge.
Driver.
And
Logan's Run.
So there was a trend from the 60s, the studio systems in Hollywood are sort of losing their way. And they're getting more bogged down into corporate structures, and they really don't know what to do to make movies and make money, and they don't know how to connect to audiences. And so at this time, you start to get this rise of the independent-minded American auteur sort of directors. You get your Coppola, your Scorsese, De Palma, Spielberg, Lucas, these sort of guys who they don't really work in the studio system too much.
No.
They start driving changes in the business.
Right, and there's a big hole in the market. So somebody
Right.
with a little bit of budget behind him and some brains behind a camera and could tell a story,
Right.
the future's looking bright for you.
Right, and that's what we start seeing here. Jaws kicked the door open. Now Taxi Driver's here, which is Scorsese. Carrie's here. That's De Palma.
Yeah, the book adaptations.
Godfather came out a couple years ago.
You got
74 or
Rocky.
whatever. Right. The Rocky thing was so huge. Sylvester Stallone wrote himself a leading part. He wrote it. He didn't direct it. I think it was like Avildsen.
he was young then.
John G. Avildsen or something like that, who did Karate Kid, I think. Which that guy makes good movies. But Stallone wrote it. He started. I mean, it's one of those moments where, like, casting Robert Downey Jr. to play Tony Stark, it's like the art and the real life meshing together. It's the same thing over there. Stallone writes himself this rags to riches story about this boxer who goes from rags to riches, and it all fucking works, you know?
Doesn't Saturday Night Fever, did you mention that one in there? Isn't that out yet?
Saturday Night Fever did not show up on the movie list for some reason. It must have come out late 77.
Yeah, maybe it'll be next year, because it's funny, because my next segment, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the fashions that were coming out.
Oh, no. Wait, Saturday Night Fever is 77. We're in 76.
Okay, we're at 76. Okay,
Yeah, you keep wanting to slip into 77.
Right. Okay. So maybe the posters and whatnot, because what they're talking about in the fashion world here, there's just something I wanted to mention, which was happening. All right, they called it the Denim Revolution, but iconic styles. Now, this is the 76. They call it the Denim Revolution because wide flares, knee down were immensely popular, bell bottoms, da-da-da. But it was the counterculture of individuality and rebellion, making a fashion statement. But who tapped onto it was the Levi's company. And then denim jackets became the must-have item. So everyone had a jean jacket worn by both men and women, and then you would customize them with embroidery. The hippies were doing embroidery. The punk rockers were doing pins and patches. So everyone had a version, even the West country and Western people, you know. So the denim jacket, the Levi's denim jacket and jean industry was huge.
They start well, and that whole cowboy thing starts to sort of focus itself on the late 70s to that inflection point of like the 1980 like Gillies and Urban Cowboy and shit. But they used to call like the denim jacket with the denim pants, the jeans jacket and the jeans, as like a cowboy suit.
Yes, and they say high-waisted jeans, let's see, tuck-in blouses, let's see, celebrities and public figures played a significant role. The influence from film and television were the fashion. It says, it says 1976, one of the most influential films of the year, 76, was Saturday Night Fever, although released in 77, so we'll get to that next week. Had its roots, Tony Mero, blah, blah, blah. Okay, another film that left a mark in the fashion industry was Taxi Driver. Mm-hmm. De Niro's portrayal of Travis Bickler in his military-style jacket and rugged look.
Right, so here's the thing that starts happening now with some of these movies and how what's going on in the movies starts to influence the culture and the fashions of what people are actually wearing.
Yes, that's what I'm getting
We're
at.
moving away. If you look at any movie in 1974, it's suits and fat ties.
Yes.
Wide white belts and fucking shoes. Now you're starting to move into army jackets, jean jackets,
denim.
T-shirts.
Also, here's the counter movement too. Another thing that was happening is the track suits and stuff like that. and the exercise wear. So people were starting to do that, but the Adidas and Nike started putting out these track suits. A lot of ethnic cultures were adopting them. And now, especially in New York City, you're going to see a lot of the black youth wearing the Adidas suits.
But also, the fucking Italian dudes love the tracksuits.
You're right, yes. So they were a big deal. So that was happening. Also, let's see, we haven't got the TV yet, but we'll do that real quick.
Now they call it athleisure wear, but that's when it started.
Yeah, athleisure wear. That's exactly it.
Because it started to not be... I mean, they had the thing in the 70s called the leisure suit, which is completely different. It was like a short sleeve suit.
Now, I know we're going to...
It made you look like a safari guy.
And they said the denim, now the hairstyles of the denim, the women were all, because of Farrah Fawcett and her influence, was the feathery...
So you want to go there? Then
Well,
you just kicked open the door. We're hitting TV.
We are, because here, I'll get out of fashion here one more time. Well, here's another noticeable thing that was popping around. Because of Laverne and Shirley, some women...
All right, you're stepping on my dick now. We need to cover this first.
All right, we'll get out
We
there.
need to introduce all this.
All right.
Here's the TV shows from 1976. Once again, I compare what the TV shows were last time, and I'm only telling you what's new.
All right.
So we've still got shit
We still got it.
that's on there. Here's a big update.
All right.
For the first time since we started this, All in the Family is not the #1 show.
Thank God, get rid of it. He stinks.
Goddamn Archie Bunker. The new champion is, you want to guess?
New champion of television right now.
1976.
Charles Winslow and Riley? No, who?
Happy Days.
Oh, Happy Days. The Fonz.
Happy Days #1. #2 show, Laverne and Shirley.
Okay. Now, that ties it real quick. I'll throw it in there. The poodle skirt and everything like that, even though it was a throwback to the 50s, the look was popular. So women who
50s
weren't
were
into the
hot.
bohemian look were going to this 50s retro look.
The 50s were hot. Yeah. All that stuff was starting to, because it's a retro thing. They're looking
Yes.
back to 20 years prior.
Right.
So that's definitely starting to catch on. Here's new shows that are charting. Charlie's Angels
Farrah Fawcett.
just starts. Farrah Fawcett was huge.
Yeah, she had the feathered hair, and she was wearing those hot chicks were wearing the athletic wear.
Talk about like pop culture. Like she was everywhere.
We all had the Farrah Fawcett poster.
Posters. She was on the TV thing. They were trying to cram her in whatever movies they could get her in. Like she was the hottest pop culture thing going on at the time. It was nuts. Something called The Big Event that NBC had. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Also, once again, pop culture turning. We're through the looking glass here. Three's Company.
My faves. That's in my top 5 all time.
Three's Company comes on. I mean, Three's Company was really embracing this new relaxed attitude type things. It's not a
younger
workplace-
people living together.
Yeah, it's not a workplace comedy. They're not wearing suits.
It's not a central family. It's more of just younger people existing in a world.
Flip side to that, just news started. Older people still wearing suits with fat ties. Barney Miller.
Well, it's a cop show. It's a
Cop
but,
show.
yeah.
Cop show, right? Also started Staples, 60 Minutes.
Oh, 60 minutes. I thought it was already going, but okay, we're there. 60 minutes, yes. Still going to this day.
Maybe it was around, but it wasn't charting in the charting on the list. It charted in 76, let's
Yes,
say.
yeah, I like a good 60 minutes. It's good.
This one, I'm surprised this was this late in the game. I would have bet dollars to donuts. This came a lot earlier. Hawaii 5-0, 76.
Okay, it sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right. But boy, I would have said like late 60s, early 70s. But
Yeah, I would have
Well,
thought
I
there would
know.
be a mod version of that, but maybe not. Okay.
yeah, and here's TV designed for the TV audience. 8 is enough.
8 is enough, yes. Dick Van Patten.
Yep, and all the fucking 8 kids.
Yeah.
And Betty Buckley. Also, new out, going along with the trend of Good Times. What was the other one with J.J. Walker?
Good
No,
times.
that's Good Times.
Dynamite,
And then One
yeah.
Day at a Time.
One
Those
Day to
ones-
Valerie Bertinelli.
Yep, we get What's Happening?
Rerun.
Rerun.
Rerun was a
Raj.
big deal.
Yep, Shirley. Yep. I loved What's Happening when I was a kid.
I only saw a few episodes, but I always liked it. Yeah,
There was
I always
only a
thought-
few
Rerun made me
episodes.
laugh. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen
Fred
it
Rerun Barry.
rarely. I
Yeah.
never knew when it was on. It was a random catch.
Yeah, I feel like it was like Fridays or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I missed it all the
That
time.
theme song used to always make me laugh.
Yeah,
They
and
sound like
Rerun
rubber
was
bands and
happy.
shit.
He made
Yeah.
me laugh.
Rerun's great. So I think this was one of those variety shows, the Tony Randall Show.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, he was a takeoff.
Because he's a Broadway guy. He's a song and dance guy.
Right, and they wanted to. Yeah, he was kind of like Vegas without Vegas.
Well, he was huge because they had done on Broadway The Odd Couple, and then they started the TV show,
Okay.
which hasn't shown up yet.
All right.
Alice.
Oh, Alice was good. Flo
That's-
and Alice, and yeah,
That started in '76.
that was a good one. The diner, Mel's Diner.
Just out of interesting, so ABC has been killing it the past couple of years with the Sunday night movie and the Monday night movie. Now ABC adds the Friday night movie, and NBC adds a Monday night movie. So there you go.
Okay.
TV.
Wait a
movies-
minute, you're leaving off a big TV fucking event. Roots?
Oh, I don't know. It didn't say on the
Roots
list.
was out. This was the year Roots. Everyone started talking about Roots. I scratched it off my list because I thought for sure you were going to mention Roots.
It didn't say on the TV list that I had.
It did not.
No, let me see here.
Roots.
No. I mean, unless Roots was the ABC Sunday night movie or the ABC Monday night movie, which was
Right.
number 3. That might have been.
I bet you it was because we all talked about Roots, and that was
Yeah.
the original LeVar Burton was Kunte, Toby.
Yeah, John Amos was in it.
John Amos, yes, star-studded cast, but also it got everyone talking around the water cooler. We were all like, whoa. That really opened our eyes to the race disparity there.
Yeah.
Before we're suburban guys, so we were only seeing race through, the lens of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. We just thought it was ha ha ha.
Yeah, I mean,
that put a serious tone on.
I remember
shit.
as a little kid watching a lot of Flip Wilson stuff.
Yeah.
I love Flip Wilson. I
Yeah,
thought he was hysterical.
and all those sitcoms and stuff like that too. Sanford and Son, I watched them all and I enjoyed them and I had a good time. But I didn't realize the sordid history past.
No.
That's why Roots really was an eye opener. We were all like, whoa. Ooh, whoa. It's a quiet night at home on that one. So yeah,
Okay, so that's about it.
that's about it. We have
So
it.
we've covered the music, we've covered the movies, we've covered the
culture.
TV.
We did
So you can
fashion.
definitely see where 76 is starting to get at with the pop culture stuff. They have seen the money that you can generate with a Jaws.
Yeah.
They have now reinforced it with a Rocky.
And then you're talking, and then you mix that with the music thing, and once again, how we always talk every week, we go, okay, the Billboard charts and the radio charts are the suits who don't know what the kids are listening to. Well, now the suits are starting to pay attention to what the kids are listening to. Rock and roll's big, but
Yeah.
dance, but then you got punk rock, and then you've got disco, and then you've got rock and roll, and then you've got even blues, but then you've got country, like all these genres are starting to grow. And burble. So now these dumb suits that were putting tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree doesn't mean shit no more.
Right. Those sort of gimmick songs aren't really flying.
Yeah,
so much
the
anymore.
vaudeville. This is where that's why Tony Orlando's show, him doing, singing tie a yellow ribbon on TV is like not flying with the kids.
No, and
Kids are listening to Nazareth.
Yeah, and we're definitely moving out of the folk period.
Yes, the
which is
late
early-
60s.
Yeah, early 70s, mid 70s, sort of folky sort of stuff.
Yeah, that is true. The acoustic guitar isn't anywhere to be found on that
The
chart.
singer-songwriters. I mean, you still get Jim Croce a little bit here and there, but not so much.
Right, and the
You don't get-
singer-songwriters are evolving, like the Hall & Oates are evolving into what would be yacht rock kind of stuff.
Right. Well, it's sort
But
of...
there was no yachts back
it's
then,
sort
but
of
it was...
it's throwback to 50s doo-wop.
Right.
You know.
But it's got a little bit of everything in there. Yeah, but it was a pop song, essentially, a little cornucopia of everything.
Yeah.
But the acoustic guitar thing was kind of
Yeah, the folky strummy thing's going away. What is starting to come up is these really technically proficient bands. Queen, Elton John and his band from the 70s, your Steely Dan.
The Bostons.
even the Eagles, the Bostons.
Chicago.
I mean, bands with really killer, top-notch musicians.
And I think, too, technology is getting better. So keyboards are getting better. Recording quality is getting better. Studio, so we're getting technology is improving along with the talent is improving. So it's all converging. It's building. We're building. By the time we get 4 years later into 1980,
Yeah, I mean, 1980 is like the next inflection point. All this stuff starts. There starts to be awareness of the power and potential of earning that the pop culture stuff has, and then when you get to 1980, you get where it's been 4 years of like, oh, and then fucking cable TV hits and everything just goes fucking
it just
quadruple
goes
down.
stratosphere.
Yeah.
All right, we got a list. Now we're pushing on time here. Now you got today. Mike's got the list. He got the
Top 5, bottom 5.
top bottom 5 for Mikey A. Mikey's gonna lay it on us, kiddos.
So this is going to be, kind of based off some of the stuff we were talking about last time.
Ooh, fun.
So we're talking about movie sequels,
Okay, movie sequels.
right? So the top 5 are going to be sequels that are better than the original.
Okay, Wait, movie sequels and that are better than the original.
Top 5 that are better than the original. Bottom 5 that are worse than the original.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna break this up here. All right. Now we got a little category action.
It just had to come down that way because I started looking at sequels, and first off, let's throw out a little definition here.
Do you got an example of one before you get to the actual list that you can throw?
Yeah, I do have some honorable mentions
throw
we
me
can talk about, and some other stuff that we're going to exclude for reasons I'm going to go over. So this idea of the sequel, I'm defining it as the next movie in the series, not 4 movies later, because there's a lot of people online that say Mad Max from 1979 was a pretty weak starting movie. But Furiosa, fucking Mad Max Fury Road.
That's a whole nother, that's its own
It's like
thing.
20 years later, and it's like a 6th movie. It's
No.
nuts.
No, the sequel would be like Mad Max, and then you're talking Thunderdome.
No, we'll get there.
Okay.
But the next movie, okay? Also, I just want to go over a couple of things that don't fit this category. When you go online and look up this sort of shit, there's a lot of people that mention these movies, which I'm going to go through these real quick on why these don't fit the whole category thing. People say, Godfather 2, it's better than Godfather 1. To which I say, that's bullshit. Because then why isn't Godfather 2 always ranked as the best movie ever?
Right.
So that's bullshit. They're both good movies. They're different enough in their focus. The first one is all about the small family enclave, introducing you to this tight, insulated world.
Yeah.
Second one, you got the old stuff with De Niro when Corleone's younger. You got the stuff with Michael pushing forward in the modern,
And let's all keep in mind in a context, too.
They're both good movies.
Well, and in a context, too, to make a sequel, a lot of times these movie studios and movie makers, you could only hard scrabble so much together for the first one, and then you go, okay, but then you got the studios throwing money at it for the sequel. So that's where your make or break moment here, you know, especially in the 70s and 80s.
So another one that people throw around online is Terminator and Terminator 2. And they go, oh, Terminator 2 is better than the first one. Once again, I say no, it is not. Here's the deal. Terminator 2 is a bigger movie, yes.
Yes, bigger explosions.
But not better.
No, sometimes
And here's the thing. I'll say, you want to fight? Here you go. Tell me why Terminator 2 is better than the original Terminator without saying action scenes or VFX.
I would have to say it's not as good because the dialogue was more hokey and more over the top in the second one. Whereas the first one, it was more innuendo and kind of under the breath.
Yeah, the second one, T2, plot-wise, is the same as T1.
Yeah, same
Terminator. And then character-wise, really, was Edward Furlong's squeaky little pissant John Connor character such a good character that everybody loved him?
No.
No. Nobody embraced him.
No. There's always the squeaky kid who blows the whole fucking problem.
So there was no character that really took off. Sure, granted, once again, Robert Patrick as the T-1000 was great. The liquid metal thing was great. VFX.
That's all effects.
And fucking, explosions. Helicopters with fucking Vulcan machine guns shooting out.
Yeah, it was just like a better.
Windows.
It was like it was a more elaborate version. It was more elaborate.
That's it.
But it wasn't a better film.
No, not a better film. So people say that online. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
Terminator is a really good film.
Yeah, the first one, especially if you didn't know what you were getting into. If you were
the first time I saw it, I didn't know it existed. It was just one of those HBO. Oh, a movie's starting. Let's watch and see. Maybe it's something new, and it was new. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, that would have blown my tits off.
It did. It starts off with the metal foot stepping on the skulls, and you're like, holy shit. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a good time. All right. So, like Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. Once again.
Empire, way better.
People online say that. It's not.
Yeah, it's actually hokey when you think about it. When you do the math.
Empire is not a better movie than Star Wars. Want to fight? Tell me why Empire is so great without other than the Hoth battle, and the Vader-Luke fight at the end. Other than that, what's so great about Empire? Luke training in Dagobah? I mean, Yoda's pretty good. I'll give you that.
Yeah, they explore more worlds in the second one.
Is boring.
Yeah, there's more world texture change.
Bespin is boring. That whole Bespin thing is fucking boring.
True, but it's visually better.
Visually,
Once again, more elaborate, but is it better?
That's what I'm saying. We get a couple of new characters. You get your Yoda, you get your Lando. But there's a whole lot, because here's the thing. In Empire, right off the bat after the Battle of Hoth, our whole fucking hero group splits. Mm-hmm. Now we got 2 different groups. It's not as fun. It's not meant to be. It's a trilogy. It's the second act. The second act is supposed to lead to the Dark Knight of the Soul sort of situation narratively. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing. And I get it. But people like to go, oh, Empire is the better movie than Star Wars. It is not. Star Wars is a fucking rollicking roller coaster ride that brings you into this fucking world. It's goddamn fun to watch.
I see where you're going with it. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
In its own infantile simplicity.
Unless Star Wars grabs you, you're not watching fucking Empire. Empire's not grabbing you.
Yeah.
So, that's what I say. People online go, it's a better movie than Star Wars. No, it's not. You're a fucking idiot. Wise up. Once again, here's another one. Alien and Aliens.
I remember both.
They're both awesome movies. They're both very different films.
Right.
They're both awesome. Because you can't say that Aliens is better than Alien. Alien is like landmark.
Yeah, but it had slower pacing, though.
It had a slower pace. It was terror. It was a slow burn sort of situation. It was like a fun house in space. It was like a haunted house in space. The second one is a fucking action movie.
Yeah, the second one was definitely, they really picked
Second one was like,
the
load up the Marines, we're going in to save the colonists. Like, it's a rollicking, like, fucking with the music. Great, both great movies. You can't say one's better than the other. You can't say that Aliens is better than Alien. Personally, I love Aliens, you know.
Yeah, I like the second one. The first one, see, I wasn't into the earlier one of that because I think the pacing ruined it for me.
I saw the second one before I saw the first one.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Once again, I didn't know the second one existed, and it just came on HBO, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, is this an Alien sequel? And it was, and I was like, holy shit. And then they introduced the Marines, and they're like, we're going there to save it. I was like, oh my God, are we going to this planet? I was like, oh. First time I saw Alien was amazing. Love it. Okay, but anyway, I want to hit on those. People online say these sort of bullshit things. They're not. That's fucking bullshit. Here we go.
5.
So, sequels, better than the original. Number 5, Captain America from 2011 and Captain America Winter Soldier from 2014. Now, I get it that these are in the larger Marvel fucking universe thing.
Yeah, Marvel had a lot of these, had to redo it better.
But for the Captain America movies, now, personally, I love the first Captain America movie, First Avenger.
Really?
I love the tone of it, the World War II thing, but I recognize it's got some narrative holes. It's got some places where it's very uneven in the tone and the pacing of the plotting, and I recognize it. But I do sort of love it. It's a little origin story. I sort of enjoy how quaint it is.
Yeah, Winter Soldier was good, though.
Winter Soldier was like, bam, that twisted the whole franchise. How they show the action, how they do the action, how the stories
that one works.
It works really well. So, quantitatively, you know, at a film level, you watch that first Captain America movie, you're like, it's an alright movie. You watch that Winter Soldier, you're like, holy shit. Like, like there's a stark.
Do you got? Speaking of Marvel, well, I don't want to blow your list.
No, you're fine.
You got Hulk on there?
No, I didn't do that.
See, Hulk did that. You know, there's so many. They've been trying to do the Hulk, and they keep blowing it.
The Ang Lee one isn't canon.
Yeah, I know. I don't know which is better. They both kind of fell flat.
But I think New Line has the Hulk stuff, so there's not going to be any Hulk movies. So,
okay, keep going.
Okay, so number 4. Dr. No and From Russia with Love. Now, I've seen Dr. No.
Yeah, that's a little more cartoony.
It's an okay movie, but it's sort of a little clunky and slow and
the book was
awkward.
Good. I read the book.
It? Yeah, I have read the book.
The book kind of read better.
I could totally see that because Dr. No does not grab me. I love the Sean Connery fucking Bond movies.
Yeah,
and I got him on a Blu-ray box
set. And the guy with the
Odd Job.
Odd Job was
Is that
cool.
Dr. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the Asian fellow with the derby that could cut people's head off.
Yeah. And then people say, I haven't seen From Russia with Love, I don't think. But people say it's markedly better. And I can only figure that it is because Dr. No does not grab me that much. And I love those old 60s Bond movies.
I remember reading the book first and then seeing the movie and then going, all right, it felt like a book, it felt like a movie adaptation of the book.
It feels like they sort of hadn't really found their James Bond groove yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was kind of hovering in the 60s, hovering in the 70s. It was kind of at that weird halfway point.
Then From Russia with Love and then Goldfinger. You know what I mean? They started to sort of get into the Bond thing a little bit better. They started to figure it out more.
Yeah.
But you can look at it quantitatively. Just look at the two, which, like I said, I haven't seen From Russia with Love. But I have seen Dr. No, and it doesn't impress me. So the next one's got to be better, or there wouldn't be a third. That's kind of my point. Number 3. Night of the Living Dead from 69 and Dawn of the Dead from 79.
Oh, well, we know 79 ones blows it in the dirt.
Right. It's in color.
Yeah.
It has a better plot, a better framing device of the mall, which is the Monroeville Mall down outside of Pittsburgh. And it's got something to say in that it's a statement on consumerism. And also, better visual effects. I do this. Tom Savini with the eating in the blood.
Yeah.
The Tom Savini stuff.
Yeah.
So Dawn of the Dead is without a doubt.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good choice. Okay, that's a no-brainer.
It's not to say that Night of the Living Dead isn't a classic and all that, but it's a very uneven, student filmy sort of black and white thing.
Student filmy. It felt very,
Yeah. So you can
underbudgeted.
definitely say that Dawn of the Dead's more polished. It's a little bit more focused, and we're deliberately doing. We know what we're doing now, right? Okay. Number 2. Number 2 and number 1, very simple. Mad Max.
Okay, and Mad Max.
Mad Max from 1979, and then Road Warrior.
Road Warrior. That's
Released
right.
in Australia in 81, but America in 82.
Oh, I used to watch both of those as a kid. I'd go to Maxwell's and watch those.
Yeah, the Maxwells.
I get them confused in my head.
So Mad Max is the one where it's clean-shaven Max. He's a highway cop. It's sort of a boring movie. His wife and kid get run over by the biker gang.
Right.
It's sort of a really weird, like, independent, low-budget Australian, like, they used to call them road movies.
Yeah.
And then Road Warrior in 81, 82 is Max after he's been living out in the world, mad at the world because his wife and kid got killed in the Mad Max. Much better movie. Yeah. Much better plot, much better development of the world, much better production
the world
design.
felt way more post-apocalyptic.
I mean, when Road Warrior, nobody saw Mad Max, so nobody was looking for Road Warrior. Once again, all these movies that start popping up like out of nowhere in the early 80s, it's going to be so much fun when we get there. I remember, I didn't know Mad Max existed. I may have heard of it, but then I stumbled across Road Warrior on HBO. Road Warrior is so goddamn influential.
Yeah. Everything
for like 4 or 5 years in the 80s was like post-apocalyptic, torn clothing. You know,
sure.
That was because of Mad Max.
Yeah.
Or because of Road Warrior.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely out. Here's number 1. Easiest thing in the world. Star Trek from 1980, Wrath of Khan from 82. Boom.
Oh, Wrath of Khan, hands down. Yeah, because the first one was, once again, it wasn't a bad movie. It just the Genesis project. It's like, the bar was set low. It was made for like...
It was glacial pacing. It was like almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
And nothing happens.
They just wanted to dance around the idea of terraforming. Like, we love the idea of terraforming. You know, and that was the elevator pitch. But then when you got the Wrath of Khan, it was fucked.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the terraforming one. That was actually Wrath of Khan. Wrath of Khan, they had the Genesis project. That's Wrath of Khan.
Right.
The Star Trek the Motion Picture was Voyager.
That's right.
Yeah. Which turned out to be the Voyager probe coming back from the far edge of the universe. With all the shit it found. Whatever. I mean, it was so anticlimactic. Oh my God. Yeah, that one was excruciating.
Yeah, that was
but Wrath of Khan is a dope movie.
Sure. And it was and in those days it was great to see Ricardo Montalban away from Fantasy Island.
He was so goddamn good. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
He's fucking terrifying.
I still have nightmares over the earwig.
Oh, it's so
the ear
good.
thing.
It's such a good. The music, I love I used to, download the, back in the Napster days, like soundtracks and shit like that. The song called Battle in the Mutaru Nebula.
Okay.
Dope. That's the
Battle
one.
In the Mutaru Nebula.
Where they're fighting in that radioactive nebula and they can't see each other with the visual screens.
I didn't know there was a song.
Oh, yeah, because it's all like, because they're drifting around in the cloud and they can't see each other.
Yeah, I remember
it's
that.
Like, dun, 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 dun. Oh,
yeah, wow.
It's great.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Easy money.
Easy
argument
money.
there.
All right, let's
Okay.
go to the next list.
Worst sequels that killed the franchise.
We gotta be
Sequels that
quick
are
about
worse
it.
than the original.
All right,
That killed the franchise.
killed it.
Oh man, 5. No argument here. Caddyshack and Caddyshack 2.
Oh, I never liked original Caddyshack. I got to be honest. As a comedian, everyone goes, "You gotta like Bill Murray."
Bill, if you say the only thing to like in Caddyshack is Bill Murray's a cartoon character.
Yeah, and him,
fucking gopher.
him playing, going full R word. It's kind of like, all right, he's a landscaper. Oh, you got a stuffed stuffed beaver or whatever.
Caddyshack, the only thing that you're right. The only thing that I find it sort of fascinating, and there's a lot of it that I'm like, when did this happen? The thing that I actually find funny is Ted Knight and Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, Ted Knight was always fun. Ted Knight was a good character. Yeah, and I guess a fun spoofy golf movie had to be made.
Right. Well,
The timing was right. I get it. Fine. I could see where it got greenlit.
Yeah.
I just wasn't a huge fan. Everyone thinks it's some comedic fucking breakthrough, and I'm like, eh.
There's a lot of it that's very weird that I just don't get.
Yeah.
But that second one with Jackie Mason and Diane Cannon, and
Holy
I
crap.
love those two, but holy shit.
Oh, no,
That's
I don't think I made
terrible.
it all the way through.
Oh, it's bad. Okay, number 4. Speed, huge movie. Speed 2, Cruise Control. No Speed 3, was there?
Wait, Speed 2 was the one with Sandra Bullock, wasn't it?
She was still in it, but it was Jason Patrick instead of Keanu Reeves. It was on a boat, remember?
Oh, that's
Speed
right.
2, Cruise Control.
Yeah, the first one was a bus, wasn't it?
Yep, it was a bus.
Yeah, all right.
Big movie.
I don't think I saw that second one, but I heard it was bad.
Most people didn't. I don't think there was a third one. There may have been a Speed 3 like 12 years later as a direct-to-video sequel. I don't know. But, yeah.
Killed it off. Good night, Irene.
All right, number 3. One of my favorite movies, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser from 1999.
All right.
And then that goddamn sequel, The Mummy Returns, where they got the kid.
Oh, that's... yeah.
I hated that movie.
By
I
then,
saw
they made
people
a thrill
online-
ride out of it at Epcot.
They what? Oh,
It was probably Epcot Center by then.
well, that was the whole thing. That whole introduction where they're in Egypt, and then it turns into a water ride. It's like, oh my God, come on.
Yeah.
It made me nuts. I love The Mummy, 1999. But yeah, Mummy Returns.
They were trying too hard, and I think they had
was.
their eyes set on making it. That movie, it almost felt like the ride at the amusement park was made before the movie.
That's it.
It felt like the movie was made for the ride.
To show off the ride.
Yes.
That's to justify the ride. I know, exactly.
That's annoying. That stinks.
It's maddening. It makes me nuts. I saw people online that were actually saying that The Mummy Returns was better than The Mummy. People are fucking dumb.
Oh,
Get your head out of your ass and learn some taste.
Those people need their internet shut off.
Yeah, you need to watch
stink.
you need to watch way more movies than the shit that you like. You need to open your fucking self up and watch some other things. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The kids today don't get. When we were kids, you had no control over TV. You
Yeah,
watched
you-
whatever
you-
it was
yeah.
the least offensive thing you could find.
You had a If it
sometimes-
wasn't in the TV guide, you had
And
no
sometimes
choice.
It was a black and white movie from 1946,
Yeah.
and it was better than goddamn bowling or
or C-SPAN.
auto racing. It was, there wasn't a lot of choices.
Yeah.
So, but you got exposed to stuff like you kind of saw some of those old 40s movies or 50s
Sure,
movies
yeah.
and stuff like that, and you go, oh, these are interesting.
The
It's
remote's
my cup
not
of
working.
tea,
I don't
but-
want to get out of my chair. All right, I'll
Yeah.
just watch it.
So anyway, okay. So moving on from that, number 2. I had to get aligned with my rule of it being the next movie, so I made this Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. I think whenever you add Robin to the Batman series, I'm out.
Anyone will say,
I'm sorry, I'm out. I'm out when Robin appears. I'm out.
I know Batman from 1989. Everybody says it's a good movie. The second one, the with Danny DeVito's Penguin,
Yeah.
arguably a better movie
Yeah.
than the first one. Then you got Batman Forever with Val Kilmer. I didn't hate it. I was okay with it.
Sure.
It was fine. And then Batman and Robin, yeah, with the bat nipples and the bat credit card, it was just
Yeah.
Killed the
I don't
franchise.
even think I saw that one.
Oh my God, it's so loony and over the top. Killed the franchise. There was no more Batmans for a while.
Yeah.
He had to go to movie jail.
Right. Yeah. You are shut off.
Okay, and number 1,
Okay.
fucking sequel, worse than the original, that killed the franchise.
Oh, reheating the nachos.
Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, 84. Oh, that one stinks.
Remember that came out on like Christmas Day on Netflix or something like that, or Disney or whatever the hell it was? And it was like,
I like Gal Gadot,
it was like,
too.
Merry Christmas, watch the new Wonder Woman movie. And it was terrible.
Oh, my God.
The first Wonder Woman movie was pretty good. I like Gal Gadot.
I like her.
The ending fight at the end didn't make any sense.
See, all right, this is where I'm going to do a minor rant. DC
Two-thirds,
characters.
three-quarters of the movie was great.
I hate Wonder Woman as a character was terrible. Now, I would say arguably two of my favorite women of all time, Linda Carter is the original.
Right.
I still to this day daydream about her. But, you know, you go, okay, but the character was weak as fuck. The lasso, the invisible jet, the bulletproof bracelets. I mean, thank God she was good looking, because if she was 300 pounds, we would not even be talking about it.
Do you know the origin of Wonder Woman?
No, not really.
You should look into it.
Okay.
It's,
I'll do my homework on that
made by this guy named William Marston.
Okay.
Marston, I believe.
Okay.
Look into it. We'll talk more.
All right.
Here's a couple honorable mentions.
All right.
That didn't quite make the list, but much like Captain America, Thor, The Dark World, pretty bad movies. Thor Ragnarok, not so bad.
Yeah, but Ragnarok was really bad, but I think it was meant to be bad because it was aware of itself with the dialogue and cheesy and hokey and...
I find Thor Ragnarok and the characterization of Thor, how they turned him around. In the first Thor movie, it's Kenneth Branagh, and they're doing Shakespeare. They're trying to use formal language. Yeah. He's trying to be serious all the time. In his goddamn fucking blonde eyebrows, it doesn't work. It's very distracting. The first Thor movie is very not cool. The second one, Thor the Dark World, people hate.
Is that the one where what's her name was in the van?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was over in England.
Yeah, that
the dark
stunk.
elves. Yeah, they had the dark elves. Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been. Yeah, that shouldn't even have happened. It should have gone from that to Ragnarok. It should have gone 1 to 3.
Everybody hates that one. So then you compare where they were at with Thor in the Dark World. They hadn't figured out the character. They hadn't figured out the tone. Ragnarok, what they did with the character of Thor, made him a lot more fun,
likable.
Also, the shit that they did with
Hulk,
Hela, well, the Hulk stuff, the shit with Hela, the sister.
Yeah.
All that shit, the shit with Loki, and I love the Jeff Goldblum shit. The Jeff Goldblum shit just makes me fucking laugh so hard. So that's my honorable mention on that one.
All right.
Back to the Batman. Batman Begins in Dark Knight. Batman Begins didn't grab me at first. It's an okay movie.
Who was the Batman in that one?
Christian Bale.
Oh, the Christian Bale one. Oh yeah. All right.
The first one.
I liked him as the Bruce Wayne though. He was a good Bruce Wayne. He was kind of dark and kind of...
Did you? I really like Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I bought Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne.
We've had this discussion before.
He looks like a guy who's a rich guy. You can see the anger seething underneath when he's as Bruce Wayne. And he's like, God damn, if I had my suit on right now, you know?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Because Bruce Wayne and Batman are two different characters. So to play them, you got to walk the line of both.
Right. I thought his Batman was good. I know it's a certain type of Batman from the comic books or whatever. I love Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. I didn't buy Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne. He's too much of a snide dick. He would never be able to get along in polite society, rich society. Like that.
He wasn't charming enough. Yeah, he was too negative, too.
Yeah, I thought Michael Keaton was a little too flippant.
But the world was good though, because I thought
Val Kilmer was pretty good.
And I liked the grayness of the Christian Bale one with Bane. Right. The world was
the production design
really gray.
Really, the production design's great.
Gotham, they really made Gotham big.
Sort of rooted in realism, but there's some real plots with the story. The Scarecrow shit is not really developed.
You could have done a lot with Scarecrow.
They're always flooding Gotham. You know what I mean? It's like, what do we? Is it the Batman movie with Pattinson? Like, they were flooding Gotham? Like, I don't know. The Batman Begins is very uneven. Like, it didn't grab me at first. Dark Knight, I saw that thing in the theater, dude. I've never had a movie affect me the way the goddamn Dark Knight did in the theater. Because I didn't know much going into it. But Hans Zimmer's score, it's like that high cello note, that it comes on, and every time it comes on, I'm like, oh shit. It puts me on edge, and then the Joker shows up and it's like, oh fuck, this is not going to end well for somebody. It's not like Joker's going to be like, see you later, guys, walk out the door. Like, it's, yeah.
We're running way long, is that okay?
Yeah, Manhunter from 86, Silence of the Lambs from 92.
Oh, Silence of the Lambs, yeah.
Way better than Manhunter.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Manhunter was
for
old
sure,
Michael Mann
for sure.
shit, but okay. Anyway, that's it.
We got to go.
That's it.
It's
All right, you
almost
want to wrap it
2 hour
up there?
episode, dude.
Huh?
This is like an hour and 47 minutes.
140-ish or so, 135.
Got a lot of meat on the bone, guys.
It's like 130, 135.
Hey, had a good one.
Yeah. No, that's a good episode. 76, shit's getting interesting, it's getting fun, and that was a good fucking top 5 bottom 5 list. So
right.
hit us up, watch the show. Watch the show, tell friends about it, have them watch it. Our watch time sucks. Watch the show all the way through. Get the stuff. Don't be like one of those 15-second lameoids. Like it, subscribe it. We'll see you next week.